Did you see this pathetic Joe Biden on his first visit to the Middle East as US president? Watch this.
How can you be sure that another incident, another murder like Jamal Khashoggi's won't happen again?
Well, God love you. What a silly question. How could I possibly be sure of any of that? I just made it clear, if anything occurs like that again, they'll get that response and much more. Look, you've heard me say before, when I criticize Xi Jinping for slave labor and what they're doing in the western mountains of China, and they said I had no right to criticize China, and I said, look, I am President of the United States of America. For the United States President to remain silent on a clear violation of human rights is totally inconsistent with who we are, and what we would do, what we believe. And so I'm not going to remain silent. Can I predict anything's going to happen? Let alone here, let alone any other part of the world? No. But I don't know why you're all so surprised the way I react. No one's ever wondered that I mean what I say. The question is I sometimes say all that I mean.
And what about your response to the
What the hell is all that about? I mean, Jamal Khashoggi, of course, he's just been to Saudi Arabia. I'll talk about this tomorrow. And, of course, Jamal Khashoggi, the Washington Post journalist and correspondent, was murdered. And he was supposed to have nailed the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, but there are questions as to whether that happened or not. I'll look at that issue tomorrow. But the bloke just says things, most of it irrelevant, a stream of what... We talk about stream of consciousness, don't we? This bloke's a stream of unconsciousness. Meanwhile, Americans are suffering from an inflation rate of last month's figures, 9.1%, the highest level in 41 years. A survey released last week found that more than half of Americans, understandably, believe Biden's policies have made economic conditions worse. 59% said they doubted Biden's ability to handle an international crisis. I mean, is anyone prepared to come out and demand that this incompetent president quit? Or is the protection racket, that is, the left-wing mainstream media, going to continue to not report this sinking ship of a presidency? A Siena College poll shows 64% of Democrats, not even waiting for the midterm election results, want their candidate in 2024 to be someone other than Biden. This means that if he decides to run again, there'll be a primary challenge, as there was in 1980 for Jimmy Carter. As the Wall Street Journal wrote, quote, "The reason most Americans don't want Mr. Biden to run is that it's clear by now that he has cognitive problems unacceptable in a person responsible for conducting the presidential office." Now, I made those points 15 months ago. It's taken even the Wall Street Journal a while to catch up. But thank God they're at last willing to call it out. How else do you describe a president who said at Israel's Ben Gurion airport 4 days ago that people should keep alive the honour of the Holocaust? And then he quickly corrected himself. He meant to say the horror. I've said it plenty of times. He doesn't belong in the White House. He belongs in a different home, if you know what I mean.